Okay, welcome to part 4 of Unit 3.4, Applications of Right Triangles, Trigonometry. Okay, the angle of elevation from the window of an apartment building to the top of a second apartment building. So we have two apartment buildings, and clearly one of them is taller than the other. Well, who knows? Actually, they could be the same height. Just the point is that here's one apartment building here. So there's a bunch of windows. And you can pick any window you want. It doesn't really matter what window you want, but we've got this other apartment building. Okay, so there's windows. Okay, so let's say we're here in this window right here. Here's the horizontal. It says the angle of elevation from some window, doesn't matter what window, to the top of a second apartment building is 72 degrees. Now this diagram is not going to be to scale, I'll tell you that right now. So to the top from that window up, that is 72 degrees. And then it says the angle of depression to the bottom of the second building. So here's your first building, the building that the person is in, looking up and down to the next building. This is your second building. So the angle of depression down to the bottom of this building, and again, we have to make the assumption that these two buildings are on the same level. So from this same window, we're looking down at an angle of depression of 84 degrees. And again, these are not drawn to scale at all. The buildings are 50 meters apart, so it doesn't matter if you measure that 50 meters here or you measure that 50 meters up here. It's still 50 meters. Okay, and I think maybe you can see where we're headed now. We want to know how tall is this building. So maybe you can stop the video now and you can figure out how tall the building is. And when you're done, come on back and you'll see the solution. Okay, so I'm going to call this distance here x because it is part of this triangle. And I will call this distance here y because it's part of this triangle. And for both of those triangles, for the 72 degrees, the x is on the opposite side, and the 50 meters is on the adjacent side. So in this bottom triangle, the y is on the opposite side, and the 50 meters is on the adjacent side, which means for both of these calculations, we're going to be using tan. Opposite and adjacent. So maybe I'll do this one in red. Okay, so tan of theta equals x over equals, it is x, but tan of theta equals opposite over adjacent. I would like you to always start every question with writing down the generic ratio. And then for the next line, you can write in all of your information. So that's going to be x over 50. So multiply both sides by 50, and you get x equals 50 tan of 72, or 50 times the tan of 72, and that is 153.9 rounded to 1 decimal place. And then in the purple triangle, we have again tan of theta equals opposite over adjacent, so tan of 84 degrees equals y over 50. Multiply both sides by 50, and you get that y equals 50 times the tan of 84 degrees. So 50 times the tan of 84 is 475.7. So now we can solve the problem. This will be h for height. H equals 153.9 plus 475.7. 153.9 plus 475.7. That's 629.6 meters. That's a tall building. Okay, that's it for that question. I will be back for the final video.